And that's where we begin today. Football, Sunday, Steelers at the Jets, and we will be talking all about it and picking our weekly winners against the spread. Beginning right after that, local news at 11, it's another edition of the Coons Market Black and Gold Sunday Show. Well, a deadline deal. Steelers' Cam Heyward reached agreement last night on a revised deal that will add over $3 million in incentives this year and allow him to earn maybe as much as $18 million. So when it's the first game of the season, not only do you have your boss and editorial talking about the black and gold, but you also begin your program talking about the black and gold. And I want to talk about Cam Heyward. He is a throwback. The former first-round pick out of Ohio State is really kind of reminiscent of that steel curtain. Names like Joe Green, Ernie Holmes, Dwight White, John Banaszak, L.C. Greenwood. Steelers for life. You know, I have been a fan of the Steelers for life going back to the 60s, even before Chuck Noll came here, when we were all running around the neighborhood wearing our Steelers gear that was black and white, and stars like Andy Russell were the autographs that we seeked. Yes, and then they would eventually have Chuck Noll, Joe Green become the Steel Curtain, Super Bowl winning team, and of course the black and gold, and here we go. But because of free agency and things being a little bit different in the NFL, players, sometimes your favorites don't necessarily end up with the Pittsburgh Steelers for life. But one thing is for sure, no other place would Cam Heyward ever be better suited than right here in Pittsburgh, because he will have a long post-football life, and it will be celebrated right here in Pittsburgh because his brand is who we are. Steelers and black and gold fans for life. The big fella, hard to believe he is in that twilight of his career, and I'm glad that the Rooney organization, Omar Khan, the coach, Mr. Rooney II, put ink to paper and pen, and were able to get this thing done. You know, Cam Heyward is everything that's good with football. He is a football player through and through, and in some circles simply known as Cam. His father, a fan favorite, including me during his days at the University of Pittsburgh. And his brother has the football IQ, and he's not just on this team, Connor, because of his namesake. He is a player that the Steelers will count on before the season is over. But it's not just about what goes on the field. It's the business matrix. It's the groceries at Coons Market. It's all of the delicious treats, the ice-cold brew, and gathering of family and friends. And whether it be at that Steelers bar in Rome, or right here in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, or in your own home, there's nothing quite like football season, and I'm so glad it's back. So in the immortal words that have been a part of our life since the 1970s, here we go.